Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday or Friday Eve. Sounds a lot better. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to give a chance for notifications to go out and for people to join, but here I am. My name is Patrick Amato. If this is your first time here, I'd like to welcome you and thank you for joining the stream today. I try to do a show multiple times a week. So if, like I said, if it's your first time here, just down in that area right there, maybe a little bit lower, there are some YouTubey things. There's a thumbs up, which is the like button. If you could hit that like button, and also, if you're interested in getting notified anytime I go live or anytime I upload a new video, there's a subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's not going to ask you for any type of credit card or anything. It's just to subscribe to the channel, and that'll subscribe you to it. And then the last one is there's a bell. There's a little notification bell. Hit that notification bell. Put it to all, and that'll let you know every time something is done on the channel, whether it be going live like today, or if I upload a short video, a full video, it'll let you know that, so you don't have to continuously look to see if I'm live. So I see a few people have already joined, and hello to you all. For those of you in the chat, Believe, hello to you. Thank you so much for being here again. It was nice to see you the other night, and I'm happy you're back. Call a friend, hello. Appreciate you being here. I hope all is well. Maria's Crochet Channel. Nice to see you again. Thank you. Thank you for being here and showing your support. I really appreciate it. Oh, thanks, call a friend. Yay. Well, I'm glad you were able to stop in for a little bit. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my parts of the medical team, or pieces, I should say, of the medical team, and that is going to be, I'll introduce who Dr. Grogan is here in just a second. Wow, we've got some more people joining. We've got Just For You. Hello to you. Welcome in, and thank you for joining the stream. Hey, Jojo, welcome, and appreciate you being back. It's nice to see you. And look at this. We've got quite a few people here. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get started. So, call a friend. That doctor, I don't know his age. Both him and his nurse practitioner appear to be young to me. Maybe we're all about the same age. I'm not sure. But so that doctor you're seeing in the top right corner, his name is Dr. Patrick Grogan. Not Brogan, Grogan with a G. And Patrick Grogan is my medical oncologist or neuro oncologist, whatever you want to call it, at Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa, Florida. So him and his team are just, and I'll get into it all, but man, him and his team are just amazing. It makes me so happy, which is so weird to say. Every time I know I have an appointment coming up with Dr. Grogan and or Amal. Amal is his nurse practitioner. I pretty much see both of them every time I'm there. Sometimes Liz, one of his nurses, comes in and get to talk with her. But oh my gosh, are they amazing people. And, not just amazing for their knowledge of central nervous system cancers and different things like that. They are just some of the most amazing humans you'll ever know. And Dr. Grogan wasn't my initial medical oncologist. It took me just disagreeing with the way my initial medical oncologist was taking the direction he was taking things, for me to seek a second opinion. And I sought a second opinion, and I'm so happy it's with Dr. Grogan. Hello, YouTube user. Thank you for coming in and watching. I appreciate that. And we're talking about Dr. Grogan, my neuro oncologist today. So go for the first time. I meet him, and I meet his nurse practitioner, Amal. And I left that first meeting knowing this is exactly who I need as my neuro oncologist moving forward. The compassion he showed. Sorry about that. The compassion he showed, and Amal. One of the first things Amal told me was, "You're young. We would be stupid not to throw everything we have at this disease." And that was like, yes, I agree. My personality is very aggressive. I'm very aggressive. Sorry, call a friend. So that was Amal, and Dr. Grogan was there as well, agreeing with everything Amal was saying. And then Dr. Grogan, just laid out everything and, what his plan would be and what it was going to be. So I just agreed with everything. I would do 6 more cycles of chemotherapy, the chemotherapy pill, temozolomide, that I was on. And I would also get this device, and I have a whole separate video in my archives talking about this device. So this device is called Optune. It is a wonderful device. I absolutely love it. And they told me that they'd be able to get it approved and sent to me rather quickly. And that was not a joke. They meant that. Within 2 days of them sending the referral for it, I had Novacure, which is the company who came up with Optune and also brings it out to the patients who are using Optune. I had it within 2 days of them being notified. Just amazing how fast that moved. And then Dr. Grogan asked me if I had any questions. And being a prepared patient, I had done some research, and I had received some suggestions for clinical trials. Sorry again, man. So I've received some literature and some suggestions for clinical trials, also things I might want to try. So I went through them one by one. He sat there and listened to me go through all 7, I think, of them. And so this was one of them. Optune with Keytruda was one of the ones, and he was excited about that. And I love that. So I'm like, yeah. And he was like, absolutely. Let's try it. Let's do it. So I'll be having more Keytruda infusions coming up, but I've gone for 2 already, and they're working wonderfully. And then there was this one trial that I had heard about, and it hadn't started yet, but it was getting ready to be given a number and approved for clinical trials. And it was this thing called the Sono-Bird clinical trial. And I will never forget when I mentioned Sono-Bird, he was like, yes. He was so excited. And when you see your doctor excited about something, you know something about it is good. And so he was telling me, first of all, he was wondering how I even knew about it. And I said, just some research I did. It sounds very promising. And, it would be something I'm interested in. Um, if I could get into the trial. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I can't qualify for that trial at this point because I haven't had any type of recurrence, meaning I haven't had any tumor grow back. As of now, I'm 10 months cancer free, based on how my MRIs and my tests have shown. So that's a good thing that I can't qualify for it. But he said, if it ever does recur, we obviously hope it doesn't. That's not, we don't want it to, but if it does, Moffitt Cancer Center is one of the trial hospitals, and I could get into that trial at that point. So he was so excited about it. And there was an article the other day that came out, where Moffitt had they signed up their first patient, and for this Sonobird trial, and it's pretty cool. And it's really cool because I'm going to get a little scientific here, so try not to tune me out. What the Sonobird trial does, um, in your brain, you have this shield, I like to call it, called the blood-brain barrier. Most people, it's triple B, BBB, the blood-brain barrier. And the blood brain barrier is very important because it keeps toxins and poisons from getting to the brain, which is a good thing because it protects your brain. However, in the case of brain cancer, you want to treat it with chemotherapy if you can. So there are two types of status. There's methylated and unmethylated. Unmethylated means that, I'll put it the way Dr. Grogan put it. It's like an on-off switch. And if the switch is in the on position, that means the force field is protecting the brain. Not much gets through. Very little, if any. I mean, it's a very tiny percentage that'll get through. And that's what happens with unmethylated tumors. If it's an unmethylated tumor, then that switch is stuck in the on position. It blocks anything from getting through to the brain. That'll help it. Well, very fortunate, William Brooklyn. Hey, buddy, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. It's nice to see you again, sir. But then with me, in my case, they had to test my tumor, and it came back methylated, which was one of the key prognostic factors, and a very good factor that it was methylated. So what methylated means is that on-off switch isn't stuck in the on position. And when I take it means that the radiation and then the chemo that I would take, they were extremely effective in crossing that blood-brain barrier. Almost like 95% gets through to treat the disease. And so that was a good, good thing for me. Hey, Stephen Rivera, welcome back, buddy. It's nice seeing you. And so, because I was methylated, all those treatments were working perfectly, and it was very, 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 very exciting. So, what the Sonobird trial? This is just a high-level overview of it. I won't get into all the details, but the Sonobird trial uses ultrasound technology. It uses ultrasound technology that opens that shield, the blood-brain barrier. It opens the shield, so it then allows treatments could then be administered at that time that are going to effectively attack the um, the bad stuff in the brain. So so it's really cool. It's really advanced technology that they're using, and I absolutely love it. Um, that I love that there continues to be more and more um, advancement in technology, and it gives people who may not be methylated, gives them a chance to get that chemo and that radiation and everything into the brain where it needs to get. So, very happy to be going to a cancer center that has that technology, and working for, or not working, I'm sorry, and seeing a doctor and team that are so excited about that trial. And he has a lot to do with it. Um, it just amazed me how excited he was when I mentioned that. And so, that's the type of doctor that I have here in Dr. Grogan. um, he gets so excited to talk about different treatments and options, and both him and Amal, the first time I was there, were shocked that I didn't have this Optune device. I mean, it doesn't cause any additional damage per se. Um, it doesn't affect your quality of life. People are like, oh, well, you got to lug a box around all day. Well, first of all, the box is tiny. I mean, it's nothing, and it's very light. It's not heavy. So, um, yeah, carrying that around is no problem, especially when the company who provides it gives you accessories to put it in. I have a backpack that I can put it in, put the backpack on my back, and it's like nothing's even there. The cords definitely take a little bit of getting used to, but once you get used to them, it's nothing. And it's great. And what this does, I've talked about before, what the Optune device does is it's sending frequencies through my head. I've got 4 stickers. I've got, let's see, side, front, other side, and back. So 4, they're almost like daisy shaped petals, and it's pretty cool, because they fit the head perfectly. They don't bother, they don't hurt. Even the treatment, when the treatment's on, doesn't hurt. You don't feel a thing. I mean, for the most part, you have no clue that anything is happening. Uh, just that your blue light is on. The blue light is what means the treatment's on. So, and it's cool. So those frequencies that it's sending through the brain are set to target the glioblastoma cancer cells. And one of the things, and why glioblastoma is one of the hardest cancers to treat and one of the most deadly cancers, is it rapidly replicates. I mean, by the time it's discovered, it's usually multiple places, if not multiple tumors. And what this Optune does is when it recognizes when the frequencies recognize the cancer cell, it slashes them. It doesn't allow them to rapidly replicate. So, we're killing cancer cells all day long wearing this Optune device, and it's just awesome. I love it. And so it's it's a great option, especially for anybody with brain cancer. And my representative from Optune was also telling me that they are getting approved for lung cancer, and they're also working on some other types of cancer. So I just think that's so cool. I'm a technology geek, so anytime advanced technology comes out and it works and it doesn't cause any harm, I think it's amazing. So I was so happy that Dr. Grogan and Amal recommended this and sent the referral, and I got it really quickly. and I've been using it ever since. And it's funny because the first time after I got it and I had a office visit, they're like, you're wearing it. And I'm like, yeah, I love this thing. You can't get me to take it off. It's almost like a game for me. They have an app that'll tell me what my usage percentage is. Optune recommends 75%, but the medical studies have shown that the more you wear it, the better it is. So they like you in the 80s and 90s, and that means you're killing a lot of cancer cells. So it's a really neat device, and again, I'm so grateful for it. It's expensive if you, I mean, I don't know what it is without insurance, but the company I know charges $25,000 a month. I'm lucky my insurance covers that at 100%. So I don't have to pay anything for this every month. So it's absolutely wonderful. But all right, let's talk a little bit more about Dr. Grogan and his demeanor. It's quite funny. This story will tell you just how compassionate and amazing of a doctor he is. So last week, I had to go for lab work, and then like an hour and a half, 2 hours later, I had to go for an MRI. So actually, that was this week. Sorry. My days run together now. It's crazy. Tomorrow's Friday. So what is so cool is I went for my lab work. Usually takes a whole 5 minutes. I'm a pretty easy person to get blood from. And so it was absolutely wonderful. I went upstairs then to the MRI area for the imaging center. And no more than 5 minutes after sitting down, I get a notification that I have a new message in my Moffitt patient portal. I'm like, oh, okay. So I look at it, and it's Dr. Grogan saying, I see no concerns with your lab work today. Everything looks great. I'm like, that's awesome. So a couple of things that I love. First of all, that the lab work is read real fast. I mean, they spin that real quick, and then the results get published to the doctor. And so he was excited to let me know everything was great. Hey, Muggsy, nice seeing you again. Thanks for coming in. Well, then about 45 minutes later, I got called back for my MRI. And if you've never had an MRI before, they take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. So I did my MRI, and then I was done at Moffitt for the day. So Mom and I went to dinner. And then when we got home, by the time I got home, on the way home, actually, I looked and I had another message. And the message was a patient portal message from my doctor. And I'm like, there's no way he knows already. And he sure did. He knew the results of the MRI, and he was excited to tell me that there has been no change from the last MRI. Everything looks good, and there's no recurrence of any tumor. So he was excited to tell me that. And he does that every time. This isn't just this last time that he did it, but that's why one of the big reasons why I love going with this doctor. Good or bad, he's going to let you know what it shows. So you're not left waiting and wondering. And, some people, that could really be rough. That could really be bad, not knowing. And they get bad anxiety or, it happens. It absolutely happens. And I get it. So I'm grateful that I have an oncologist, and Dr. Grogan and his team, Amal and the rest of them, who honestly are I feel fully invested in my care, and will let me know results when the results are ready. So, I couldn't ask for anything more or anything better. Um, he is an extremely compassionate person, um, always interested in, my thoughts. Even yesterday, I questioned, okay, I'm done with my last cycle of chemotherapy pills. And I said, are we, talking to him, Amal, and myself, are we still okay with, being done after 6 months? And he explained, I had previously talked to Amal about it. And she explained the reason why they only go 6 months, and why it could be, potentially worse if ended up going longer than that. But typically 6 months on this extra chemo. So all in all, I would say I had about 8, 9 months total of chemo. I had low dose and then I had high dose. The high dose for 6 months is what they generally do, because if the science doesn't show any type of significant difference between somebody taking it 6 months and 9 months, but every month past month 6 that you take the chemo pills could potentially cause additional damage to your body. So it could lower your platelet counts, your blood cell counts, different things like that. In the future, could cause leukemia. So definitely something you don't want to do. And if the risk was worth it, okay. I mean, it would be fine. They could do it. Or I can't say it'd be fine, but they would do it. But considering how well I've done and I'm continuing to do, and my MRIs keep coming back clean, there's no reason for me to go past 6 months. Hi, Cat Green. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for coming back, and it's nice to see you. I hate asking this, and you might smack me the next time you see me, but how's moving? Like, are you close to doing it? Boxed up? Hot Milk Jane, thank you. Tips for long-term survival. Positive attitude. Ever since I was diagnosed and told that I have uncurable cancer, I haven't. All right, Kat, congratulations. I'm so happy you're in the new place. That is so great. So yeah, having a positive attitude and listening to your doctors. And if you don't agree with them, doing your research, and knowing what options are out there. I'm considered a long-term survivor at 10 months. Only 50% of people make it a year. But the first meeting I had with Dr. Grogan and Amal, I told them that no, I don't need statistics. I'm not a statistic. I don't need numbers. I understand the numbers, but at the end of the day, my time was decided even before I came into this world. When God's ready, God's ready. I'm just in God's waiting room down here on earth. So I've had a very positive attitude. I feel that's had a lot to do with that. Having a good, being supported, so being surrounded by a great support system. I didn't have this YouTube channel prior to having the disease. It was strictly a cruising YouTube channel, but I've rebranded, and for the past 10 months, it's been all about cancer, particularly glioblastoma, which is the brain cancer that I have. So, all of that will help with your survival. And then, I've been very fortunate. God has blessed me with prognostically favorable genetics from the tumor. When they studied it, I had some very, very prognostically favorable results. So, that was, again, being very fortunate. Age as well, being granted, I'm going to be 44 in December, but, um, you know, still considered fairly young. So I will take that. Um, but yeah, I absolutely love Dr. Grogan, Amal, and the team of neuro people that work for. I am methylated milk. Yep. So methylated, obviously prognostically favorable. So I was very fortunate with that. But yeah, like I said, I love my team at Moffitt, and there are a lot of things out there, and I am never going to knock anybody for how they decide their treatment. Their treatment is their treatment. You know if they want to add things to their treatment that they feel will help them, then so be it. But I always will recommend, before doing that, even vitamins, supplements, uh, horse dewormer, before you add any of that to your treatments, please talk to your doctor about it, your medical team, whoever is prescribing you stuff and is overseeing your care. Talk to them about it, because if you don't know the dosage that you need to take, or you don't know, um, you know, you don't know how it could impact you in relation to the other treatments that you're on, it could be pretty detrimental. And you don't want that. Nobody wants that. So yeah, I wanted to talk today with you all about Dr. Grogan. I could say a million great things about him. I'm in a cancer support group on Facebook, and I love it because it's called glioblastoma survivors to thrivers, and it's just a bunch of us who have a glioblastoma talking with each other, helping each other, talking about doctors we see. And there's quite a few people in that group who see Dr. Grogan and Amal and the team there at Moffitt. And I always love when they post that. It just always makes me happy because I know they're in good hands. Hey, Jindy, welcome, 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 welcome. Yes, positive people, definitely. You want to be surrounded by people who are going to make you happy, not make you sad, not talk to you all the time like, hey, you're dying. I find it funny in a way that, just not funny, but it makes you go, huh, interesting. Um, when people ask me, what's my cat, what's this device I've got, and I'll tell them, Babs, I see you here. Hello, hello. Um, so, yeah, when people ask about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have a brain tumor, glioblastoma. And they're like, oh, the first thing is not, oh, I'm sorry, I hope you're going to be okay. It seems to be, oh yeah, I had aunt, grandmother, a brother, a son, something die from it. I'm like, wait, what? All right, Sweets and Beyond. Thanks for being here, though, and even saying hi, and happy anniversary to you. I'm very happy for you. And I know we'll talk, so congratulations on your anniversary. But yeah, like, why is that people's first response is, yeah, I know somebody who died from it. Like, okay, I know I've got a non-curable cancer, but it's just we don't think a lot of times before we say it. So yeah, that it just happens. I don't take offense to it. It makes me go, huh? Wonder why that's the first thing people think to go to. All right, Cat Green. Dr. Grogan is one of the reasons we decided to stay in Florida. He is awesome. Cat Green, I owe you all of the credit for me seeing Dr. Grogan. Cat Green talked to me about him just from some experience that she has had seeing him. And so when I scheduled my appointment at Moffitt and they said that my appointment would be with Dr. Grogan, I told Kat right away, I'm like, I'm going to see Dr. Grogan. And everything she has said about him has come true. He truly is amazing. And you definitely made the right decision staying instead of moving away from Florida. Because, yeah, he's an amazing doctor. Just for you, agree. We also made that decision and have been so happy with Dr. Grogan and team. Look at that. 3 people in this chat. That's just awesome. 3 people seeing the same doctor and all agree. That makes me so happy. Because, yes, him, Amal, Liz, the other nurses that work for him, even some of the students who come in and observe, because Moffitt Cancer Center is located right by the University of South Florida, and they will take on observers, people who are in med school and certain year of med school and things like that. So it is so awesome. And to be happy going to your oncologist every time might be the dumbest thing somebody can say, but it really isn't when you have my oncologist, Dr. Grogan, his nurse practitioner, Amal, and that entire team. I agree, Cat Green. I am going to send it to him or I'm going to send it through the patient portal. So whoever sees it first, whether it's Amal, Liz, one of the other nurses, or Dr. Grogan, I'm sure they will make sure he gets it. But yeah, and yes, Kat, you knew our personalities would be a perfect match, and they definitely are. It's like talking to myself, and it's funny because he's got a good beard. And the first time I saw him, I'm like, when I first saw you, I thought we might be able to be brothers with the beard we got going on here, but just I never leave there sad, disappointed, or anything but happy. I always leave happy. And I've seen a comment before in the support group that I'm in that the person came in for a visit and they didn't get the news they were hoping for, but they left Dr. Grogan's office feeling as happy as they could because of the way he cares and just delivers information. I mean, you can tell he is truly fully invested in you as a person and treating you. I feel that every time. And whoever that person was, I don't remember because it was so long ago. I wouldn't give their name anyway for HIPAA purposes. But, that post that they put on there saying, even though I got bad news, I still feel like I'm extremely happy. And so, you don't find doctors like this often who genuinely care about the care they give and the patients they see. And even let's say I have to wait a little bit in the room because maybe they're with another patient, or maybe something came up in between me getting called back to the visit room, or whatever happened, both him and Amal apologized profusely for making me wait. And that's the first thing they say. Um, it's truly wonderful, um, knowing that I'm going to see the oncologist that I have and his team. Even messages, if I forget to ask something, I'm like, oh, I knew I wanted to ask that. We have a patient portal that I can send a message to. And definitely within 24 hours, especially during the week, but it's usually less than 24 hours, I'll have a response to the question I asked. It may not always be from Dr. Grogan. Sometimes Liz is able to answer it. Sometimes another one of the nurses is able to answer it. And sometimes Amal answers it. But I get messages from all of them. So it's great. I'm like, I always wonder, okay, we're going to play roulette here. Who am I getting an answer from? And it's super cool that I do get to talk with, or get answers and talk with them through the patient portal. So thanks, Babs. That's really nice. It is. It's the best when you have a lot of confidence in your doctor, 100%. And yeah, he is. He is young. And like I said, just an awesome personality. The first time I went and saw him, I told him about my YouTube channel. And I followed up after we left with the link to my YouTube channel. I'm not sure if he's watched any or not. That's not my business. But the second time I went to see him was when I also got to got to talk about a little more about my YouTube channel. And Amal, the nurse practitioner, said, "You have a YouTube channel, Patrick?" And Dr. Grogan goes, "Yeah, glioblastoma warrior." I'm like, wait, my oncologist knows my YouTube channel now? That's just amazing to me. And so, yeah, just made my day, but totally showed his personality and how much, again, he really does care about his patients. So it was so awesome. I was blown away by that. And so who knows? Maybe one day I'll be able to get him and Amal on. I doubt it. They're busy. Trust me, they're busy. But yeah, I am so grateful that I made the decision to switch my medical oncologist to Dr. Grogan. It was the best decision I've made in my journey here after surgery and all that. And I'm planning on going and seeing him for a very long time. And I can tell you they're planning on seeing me for a very long time. That just wonderful people, great people. I hope nobody ever has to go see a neuro-oncologist. But if you, a family member, a friend in the Tampa Bay area need to see a neuro-oncologist, Dr. Patrick Grogan is the first one I would recommend for you. So, I hope this gave you a nice little introduction to who Dr. Grogan and his team are. I can't wait. Once this publishes, I'm going to send the link through the patient portal. And I'm curious, I'm sure they will, that'll probably go around the office. They'll all have a good, oh my gosh, Patrick's talking about you and talking about us. And, they deserve it. And it was nice because this week was Nurses Week. So with Amal being in there, I was able to tell her, Happy Nurses Week. We appreciate it. Somebody else told me to tell them that, as well as Liz. Happy Nurses Week. So for all in Dr. Grogan's office who may watch this, from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful that I have you all taking care of me. I I'm so blessed. I know my mom, who comes with me to all my appointments, feels the exact same way I do. We are so blessed and grateful that we are getting, or that I am getting my care from you. So thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. It's a very tough job, especially brain cancers. Not an easy job to tell people they have a brain cancer, or any of the central nervous system cancers. I mean, that's never fun. So I recognize the hard job you have, but the temperament you have and the care and support you show me as a patient and my mom as a caretaker, um, that's just, you're an angel here on earth. You all are angels. And thank you. So to wrap up everything, for everybody, thank you for joining tonight. If you watched it live, that is awesome just for you. I know they will appreciate that. Yep. So thank you everybody who came and watched. And if you're watching on replay tonight, thank you for coming and watching on replay. And who knows, maybe you're watching down the road and you're watching it for the first time. Again, thank you for watching. So with that said, going to go ahead and end the stream tonight and wrap this up. But I wanted to make sure that you all knew just how special of a team I have at Moffitt Cancer Center. So thank you all. I hope you have a great Thursday and Friday coming up tomorrow. And then enjoy your weekends. Everybody be safe. Tell someone you love them. And God bless you all. Thank you again for coming. Have a great night. Bye-bye.